In today's tutorial, we will be working on part 1 of the C2C Shells and Waves crochet pattern, which is part of my C2C series where I show you several different ways to work up a C2C style project. Part 1 will cover the increased stitches, and part 2 will cover the decreased stitches. This pattern works up in square shells, a lot like the conventional corner-to-corner pattern on one side, but it also creates a beautiful wave stitch on the other side. The waves can be omitted if you wish very easily, which I will show you later in the video. I've noticed while testing the pattern that the type of yarn and the size of hook you use will affect the final shape of your blanket. The loops and threads soft and shiny yarn I used for these swatches should be blocked, as I ended up with a diamond shaped swatch, but if you like how it looks, of course, you don't have to block it. This pattern is easy to pick up, especially if you're familiar with how the basic C2C stitch works. If you prefer to work with a pattern, you can email me at newmancc86@gmail.com and I will pass on a PDF of the pattern. The pattern makes up a 6 square by 6 square swatch, but once you start making the swatch, you will easily be able to pick up on how to continue increasing in order to make it as large as you want. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using the Loops and Threads Soft and Shiny acrylic yarn. It's available at most Michaels stores across Canada. I'm not sure about the US, but really any 4-weight yarn will work, and just use the corresponding hook size with the yarn that you're using. To begin, you're going to make a slip knot. And chain 4. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. The chain 4 counts as a double crochet for this row. So now what you're going to do is you're going to double crochet 6 times into the 4th chain from the hook. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this has made your first shell. So of that chain 4, the first chain that we made was so that we could put our foundation double crochets into that stitch. The chain 3 after the first chain counts as your first double crochet, so there should be 7 in total. For row 2, you're going to chain 4, which counts as a double crochet and a chain 1, 3, 4, and then we're going to double crochet into the first stitch next to the chains that we just made. And that has made our first V-stitch. Each V-stitch consists of a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet into the same stitch. So now we're going to chain 5, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we will do another V-stitch into the last chain space of the shell below. So double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, chain 1, and double crochet again. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That completes row 2. For row 3, turn your work and chain 3. This chain 3 counts as a double crochet here and throughout the pattern, as I've explained before. So now we're going to do 6 double crochets into the chain 1 space of the V-stitch in the row below. So I'm just going to lay this down so that I can show you. So in the row below we had a double crochet here, a double crochet here, but in between the two was a chain 1, which has made this space. And so now we're going to do 6 double crochets into that space to make another shell. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want to create the waves in the pattern, all you need to do is push the chain 5 out of the way, and I just use my index finger, push it out of the way, and then I do a single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the shell below. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, now if you don't want the waves, I'm just going to pull out the single crochet that I just made. If you don't want the waves, what you want to do is you want to do the same thing, insert your hook into the 4th double crochet of the row below, but keep the chain 5 link over top of that stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loop, and now that chain 5 is incorporated into that stitch, and it will look similar to this side. But if you want the waves like this side, you just push it out of the way, like so, like I showed you previously. Insert your hook into the 4th double crochet, single crochet, and now we can move on with the rest of our pattern. So for this pattern, I am going to make it with the waves. So once you finish your single crochet in the middle of the shell below, we now need to do 7 double crochets into the next V-stitch of the row below. So yarn over and double crochet 7 times. Oops. Try that again. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it should kind of look almost like a top of a heart at this point. And you do want to double check that you have 7 double crochets in each of these shells. And the reason that's important is because in the alternating rows, you want to make sure that you single crochet into the middle of the shell. So if you accidentally stitch 6, it's going to end up making the blanket look odd. To begin row 4, we're going to chain 4, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4, and double crochet into the first stitch of the previous row. And now you've made another V-stitch. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is where sometimes you can make a mistake, but it's fairly easy to figure out where to put the next stitch. So I'm just going to zoom in, and using my other hook, I'm going to show you. So you don't want to put your next V-stitch into this space right here. You want to do it in this small space right here. So after every chain 5, you do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook, insert your hook into that small space, which is the single crochet of the row below. Yarn over, double crochet, chain 1, yarn over, insert your hook, double crochet, and you have your second V-stitch. And now you're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into this last space of the row below. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now we're going to turn our work, and if you did print off the pattern, there's 2 versions of the pattern, one in which I've highlighted the alternating rows and labeled them A or B. Row 1 was row A, row 2 B, row 3 A, row 4 B, row 5 A. For row 5, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do 6 double crochets into the chain 1 space of the V-stitch in the row below. Yarn over, insert your hook, double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we've come to where we single crochet. You can either incorporate the chain 5 into your single crochet, or you can leave it out. I'm going to leave it out. So we're going to insert our hook into 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet, and now you're going to do 7 double crochets into the middle chain space here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Next, you're going to single crochet into the middle of the shell below. So count 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to do that again because my finger slipped. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert your hook, yarn over, and single crochet. And now we are going to do 7 double crochets into this last chain space. Yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we will turn our work, and so your swatch should look something like this. This is the wavy side. This has the little waves. If it doesn't look like this, if it looks a little bit too squished, you might want to change your hook size. My suggested hook size for this yarn was a 5.5 millimeters. I'm using a 5.0, so I went down a hook size. But again, just play around with it. It takes a little bit of practice to get it looking the way it should. So after we've turned our work, we will do row 6, which is a B row. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet into the first stitch of the row below, yarn over, double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the single crochet of the row below. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And now we're going to chain 5, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4, chain 5, and then do another V-stitch, which is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the single crochet of the row below. Now we're going to chain 5 again, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4, chain 5, and another V-stitch into the last space of the shell below. So yarn over, double crochet, chain 1, yarn over, double crochet, this is what it should look like, the waves here and the shells up there. So we're going to turn our work and start row 7, which is an A row, chain 3, 2, 3, and now we're going to do 6 double crochets into the V-stitch of the row below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just the 6. So I'm just going to double check that I have 6 double crochets plus the chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the shell below. And then we're going to do 7 double crochets into the V-stitch of the row below. And I just want to take a minute. So if you're making it with the waves where we push the chain 5 out of the way, you want to be careful, because when we push the chain 5 out of the way, it can fold this V-stitch down too. So once you've completed your single crochet to the right, and this is for a right-handed, you want to bring that V-stitch back up, because you don't want to be double crocheting into the wrong stitch. And I hope that made sense. So we're going to yarn over, double crochet into that V-stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to just continue doing that across. Single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the shell below, and then 7 double crochets into the next V-stitch, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then in the last shell, single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the row below, and then 7 double crochets in the last chain space. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we're going to turn, and now we're on row 8, which is a B row. So we'll chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet into the first stitch of the row below, making our first V-stitch of row 8. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the single crochet of the row below. Double, chain 1, double. Now chain 5, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, V-stitch into the next single crochet, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And our last chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the last stitch. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And we'll just pause for a minute just so we can assess what this should look like. So we have all of our chain 5 bumps over top of our shells. So now we're going to turn our work for row 9, which is an A row. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 6 double crochets into the V-stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Next, we're going to single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the row below. 1, and then 7 double crochets into the V-stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the row below. And 7 double crochets into the next V-stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the row below, 7 double crochets into the next V-stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then a single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the row below. And then 7 double crochets into the last chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. As you can see, every 2 rows will create these squares. So the next row is a B row, so we will chain 4, double crochet into the first stitch of the row below, making a V-stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the single crochet of the row below, double, chain 1, double. And now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the single crochet of the row below, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And V-stitch into the single crochet to double, chain 1, double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another V-stitch, double crochet into the single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then another V-stitch into the last chain space, double, chain 1, double. Then we're going to turn our work and we will start row 11, which if you're following the pattern, this will be a row A, and after you finish a row A is when you want to start to decrease. So chain 1, 2, 3, six double crochets into the first V-stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 'Now we will single crochet into the fourth double crochet of the shell below. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seven double crochets into the next V-stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the row below, seven double crochets into the next V-stitch, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, single crochet into the next 4th double crochet, seven double crochet into the next V-stitch, one, two, three, four, five, six, and seven. Single crochet into the 4th double crochet, and 7 double crochet in the next V-stitch, one, two, three, four, five, six, and seven. One single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the last shell, and then 7 double crochets into the last V-stitch. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we've ended with a row A. In part 2, you'll start with a row B, and we'll start to decrease.